gorgeous, magical creators. I'm Christine Collins, and I have for you today a bit of an insight regarding your content process and some of the benefits to having a plan, having a strategy, but also still being able to incorporate that delicious, juicy, intuitive, and spontaneous contribution to your content so that it doesn't feel stagnated and sort of boring and depleted. So it can be tempting, I think, when we are naturally intuitive, when we are naturally creative, and we like spontaneity, to feel like we have to choose one end of the spectrum or the other, as if we have to choose between having completely planned, strategized, batched ahead of time content versus being in the moment, sharing and posting what comes to us as it comes to us, and thinking that there's no space in between, that we have to do it this way or that way only. And actually, I think that the best thing is to find a happy balance for you that is customized for your own unique style, because we all create a little bit differently and we create at different times depending on where we are in the month, depending on where we are in our personal lives. So there's a whole lot that kind of comes into play as we assess what strategy and plan will work best for us. Now, the advantage to having a strategy and having a plan is that there are going to be days when you aren't feeling creative, you aren't feeling connected, you're not coming up with ideas, perhaps you're not feeling well, maybe you've got things going on in the family front or in your personal world that are a distraction. And so having something ready to go that you have already planned out for yourself ahead of time is extremely beneficial, while still giving you the room and the space to change that plan, to add to that plan, to adjust that plan as you come up with new ideas. You may wake up in the morning and just have something you absolutely have to want to share with your audience that day, and that's perfectly fine. But you want to make sure that you have something that's consistent, that there is something for you to kind of fall back on, so that on the days where you're not feeling that inspiration, you're not trying to force it out, squeeze it out, get it done, and putting yourself under unnecessary duress and pressure. So having a plan and also having a content library of some form, a repository of all of the different ideas that you have shared at some point in time. And there are many, many different ways for you to collect and gather that type of content library, but something that also allows you to have a go-to place for when you need to quickly come up with content, or you're looking for ideas, or you're trying to remember what you did in the past. It allows you to kind of collect everything into a single location, and then still allowing for that intuition to guide you as you go. So number one, we can use our intuition to guide the original plan in the first place. And there are some really easy ways that you can do that, and you can certainly customize and tailor it to your own unique process. And also, the way that I like to work is I like to set myself a question like, what would be a new and innovative way that I could talk about blank? Or what are some ways that I could use my content to share and lead towards a specific service or a specific outcome? And then letting that question kind of hang in the ethers without trying to answer it for myself logically, allowing my subconscious mind to kind of work on that for me in the background while I go on about the rest of the things I need to take care of. And often what I find is that when I go into a space of meditation, or I'm listening to a hypnotherapy recording, or I'm taking a walk or having a swim, those are all different activities that kind of stimulate my creative juices. Many times I will come out of that activity and my blog is already written. I already know exactly what I want to talk about. By the time I sit down at the computer to start typing, it's there. And I don't have to sit there and stare at a blank screen. The ideas, the content, it's written itself. It's already they come to me, and all I have to do is sort of take it from the ethers and mold it and form it into something concrete and tangible. So I hope you found this to be helpful. Once again, I'm Christine Collins, and I hope that you have an absolutely magical and creative rest of your day.